Hello and welcome. I hope you have completed our Level 0 project. Right now we are going to start Level 1 project, which is actually extension of our Level 0 project. If you look at this heading of this project, here we are going to add CD components into the pipeline. We are going to understand how we can deploy our application after testing phase. So let's start this and let's understand the project definition. If you look at this, we are going to enhance Level 0 project by adding CD component to automatically deploy the application to staging environment after the test pass. Now what is staging environment? I am going to explain you this as well. Use GitLab environment to manage this deployment, as we are learning this GitLab CI/CD pipeline. So here we are going to use GitLab. Now once you complete this particular project, you are going to understand these three key components. I want to tell you guys that it is not just a practical implementation of what we have completed so far. Along with this project, I am going to aware you about many new terminologies that we are actually using in the GitLab or in the DevOps environment. For example, with every project, you are going to learn something new. Here, you just got the new word like a staging environment. Now how this staging environment is working and how many options we have, we are going to discuss about all of this as well. First, let's complete the concept, like what we are going to learn, these key concepts. Then we will go for the deployment of this particular project. First of all, we are going to understand continuous deployment to a staging environment. This is a first concept that we are going to learn from this project. Now, CD to a staging environment involves automatically deploying your application to a staging server where the changes are pushed to the main branch. Right now, we are going to use a same concept as our project 0. We will create our local Git repo. Then we will push this changes in our web application to the GitLab. And once we will push this, on a previous project, we are just testing this. Now, after testing, we are going to deploy this application into the staging server. Now you may have this question that, okay, but what is the staging server? You are actually using this word again and again, but we want to understand what is the staging environment. Okay, so if we talk about staging environment, let's talk about this. See, this ensures that changes are truly tested in an environment that closely reassemble production before being deployed there. So staging environment is actually a kind of environment which is closely reassembling our production environment. Now, how we can use or how we can create this staging environment and what are the terminologies that we are going to use, I am going to explain you this as well. But we can say that staging environment is kind of closely reassemble our real production environment, okay, in which we can test our application by the real users, and then we will deploy this into the real production environment. First, this is the one concept that we are going to understand. Another concept is we are going to talk about environment specific configuration. Environment specific configuration are setting or are parameters that vary depending on environment in which your application is running. These environments typically include deployment, staging and production environment. So I am going to explain you this whole concept so you will get better understanding. Now let's talk about this as well. So deployment strategy. In the real world, in the real DevOps environment, okay, companies are actually using two terminologies. The first we call it blue-green deployment, and another one we call it canary environment or canary deployment. Okay, I'm going to explain you blue-green deployment first. You can say kind of staging environment. So let's understand this first. See, in the blue-green deployment, you have two identical production environment, blue and green. If you look at this picture, you will find out that here we have identical production environment, blue and green. At any given time, only one environment, either blue or green, serves live production traffic. Let's say that right now blue is serving live production traffic. Okay, means green is there, but we are not serving any traffic through the green environment. When you need to deploy new version of your application, you deploy it to the environment that is not currently serving live traffic. As I gave you example, blue is currently serving live traffic. So now if we are going to change anything, we are going to deploy these changes into the green environment. Okay. After deployment is successful, a new version is verified, means after deploying our application into the green environment, or we can say that in a staging environment, okay, we will test this, we will verify that everything is working as per our expectation. You switch the router or load balance to direct traffic to the newly deployment environment. So we know that our updates and everything is good. Okay, so we will switch from blue to green environment. Now green environment is serving live traffic, so user is going to get new update. This approach allows you to achieve zero downtime deployments and roll back quickly in case of issue. Many companies are using blue-green deployment terminology. It is totally depend on the organization structure, and they are using this scenario. In this particular scenario, we have one environment which is serving live traffic, and another, let's say that if blue is serving live traffic, green is kind of staging area, or we can say that it is not production environment but identical production environment which is not serving live traffic. Okay. Another deployment methodology is, we call it ternary group. Now what is this?
Hello everyone, sorry to disturb you. I am sure you guys are enjoying our GitLab course. If you want full access of this course having 83 videos, you can enroll it from our portal. First 100 students will get special discount. There is some limitation on YouTube, we are unable to give you support, but once you become our community member, our instant support is included, lifetime updation, completion certification, and additionally weekly lifetime live session with our expert Bhavesh Atal. We want to improve your skills anyhow, so that's why we added 5 projects as well. We are also available on Udemy. Still, you have any doubts, any queries, you can contact me on my personal number. Thank you.